I was so mad when I was so close. When it was like every day with a magnifying glass, like looking at them and like feeling wronged left and right, and like staying in the situation where we were like totally interdependent, like a web with each other. Like I had to, after like kind of removing myself and like stepping back, getting time away, and like refocusing with a new lens. That time away is super important. I still pay the price for stepping away and taking time and dealing with my own emotions and my own lens for that person. But like I can see them now with like no malice in my heart and acceptance for who they are. And there's a real chance, I think, at like a relationship, not a perfect one, but one. Yeah. Instead of like a burned car crash by the, later years, if I would have just stayed close. You know what I mean? Stayed in that burning house. Yeah. So.
Well.
Oh no, dude. No. What is that? No, you're not gonna wear those today, dude.
Welcome back. Welcome home. You Are Here podcast, episode 236, and you already know what it is. Your boy's on top of the world right now. He's on top of the world.
Dude, I've been gone a week.
And he's so cool now. Oh, you were sick? Well, your boy been sick with it too. We're twins. Just in a different way. And all I'm going to say is welcome back. We're keeping it cool today, man. We're keeping it real cool, all right? We're sliding right into the week. It's a Monday. Dude. It was hot as hell this weekend, man.
Good, dude.
It was hot as hell this weekend.
Yeah.
And forgive me for saying hell.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right? Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, they don't say so.
We're back, baby. And I want to shout out Anytown Actors Lab.
Shout them out.
You think you know how to act? You don't. Sorry. And I'm going to tell you, the best acting teaching you're going to get, anytownactorslab.com.
That's right.
Get on there, get a free online consultation. It's free, baby.
That's right.
If you're an intermediate, if you're a beginner, if you're trying to get into acting, it's the best way to do it.
Amen.
Our boy Adam Louder is a master at the craft at this point.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I trust him with everything.
Dude,
and he hasn't failed us. He'll teach you right now. Go on his TikTok.
Get on there.
And get on there. anytownactorslab.com. We love you. Shout out to the patrons. You know the Patreon keeps it cool. And you know the Patreon throws bones at us, dude, every month. Yeah. It gets us a coffee. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And we appreciate you guys for that.
I met some people at the wedding that listen to the podcast.
Really?
Shout out to you guys. Thank you.
Dude. I love that. Shout out to you guys. Patreon.com/YouAreHerePodcast. Best way to support us. Throw us a bone. Love you. Bye.
I like.
And what's up, dude?
You look good, man.
What's up? Your boy spent $220 on these glasses.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, dude.
Mike.
Hold up.
Mike, you really are different, huh?
Hold up.
You leave the.
I got to do this.
Oh no.
Oh fuck.
What are you doing? Are you going through your pro? That's not the. Are you doing the you can't see me thing?
I thought it would be so sick, but it
It
wasn't.
was sick.
It wasn't sick at all.
Dude, it was sick. You're sick. You're sick.
Thank you, dude.
You look good in those, man. Those are good summer shades for real.
I'm going to be real. I thought about it. I thought about being cool and getting like a sleek pair, but I was like, you know what?
That is a sleek
That's not me.
No, that's you.
This is me, dude.
Yeah, bro.
The glasses my dad wore
that's
when he was working,
in
bro.
Like Hamburg, Germany at like a rave, dude. That's Mike in the summer. Sweating
you like a buzz cut?
Yeah, a couple of mushrooms deep. You like a couple like a German girl on your
they're Oakleys, dude. These are workman's glasses.
No, but they're both. They're work and play. It's like Carhartt.
See?
You can wear it. I'm with you, man.
Dude, I like it, man.
Dude, I'm with you, bro. I may be getting old, but I you look good, man.
Dude, I just want to say welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm glad you're back,
dude. Thank you for welcoming me back into your home, man.
I was really lonely. No,
it's good to be back. You know what I feel, honestly?
What?
Less days like that we like, because now we don't work together, so it's like I see you one less day.
Yeah.
But it's like nice because now the time no like the time we get, you know what I mean? Like less time, and then you get to see the person, and it's like, I missed you, dude.
Yeah.
So I get that feeling now when I like I'm speaking today.
I was even like thinking before you came, I was like, we gotta like get dinner or something.
Yeah,
we
should.
It's like one less day. I'm like, dude, wait, what's going on, man?
I know. No, but it's nice though.
No, it is.
And we'll get dinner.
Yeah, dude.
Let's get dinner.
Do it.
Okay.
Uh-oh. What was that?
It's just going to be a hell of a podcast today, guys. You're in for a surprise. You're in for a treat.
Oh, no.
Strikes are going on. We're going to talk about strikes.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
Grandpa is dealing with some health issues. I want to talk about my experience there.
Yeah.
I don't even know where to start, bro. How are you? That's where I want to start.
Bro.
How's my best buddy?
I have been all over the place, man.
There's a friend I have from childhood that I saw at the wedding. He said he's bummed. He gets mad and he wants to come on the show because I say you're my best friend now, and he gets upset about it.
Damn.
But you've been gone. And this is the new version. This is the new and improved. Doggy.
You're going to have to step it up.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying, dude. You're going to have to step up.
You lost.
You're going to have to spend $300 on glasses.
But he's on our Patreon, so thank you.
I love you, dude. I definitely love you.
But sorry, go ahead.
How
are you doing? How are you doing?
It's been crazy. It's been a lot of things. What can I say, man?
You're kind of on fire.
I've been creatively having an amazing time. I feel like I've been creatively growing with music.
Yes.
I've had more time now that I have Saturdays off. I'm able to work on the things I want to do.
Beautiful.
Like I have a space where I can go. I turn
What do you call
everything.
it? What do you call it? The hub?
It's the lab.
The lab. See?
We're in the lab territory now.
Man,
dude.
you're a scientist.
We're in the lab now.
You're dabbling.
Yeah.
You're trying a little bit of this chemical.
Let's just say
with that.
we're getting equipment. We're getting things.
Yeah.
We're setting. We have a plan. We got Excel sheets. We got a lot of stuff going on, man.
That means money's involved.
Yeah. Your boy had his first film photo gig.
Oh yeah, you told me about this.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Which is crazy when it makes no sense to me when I leave like job
Yeah.
and I'm like, all right, I got Saturdays now. And it's been 3 weeks, I think.
Right.
And this was the first week where I was like actually chilling and like didn't have to do anything. Right.
Yeah.
And someone hits me up. It's like, yo, I like your film photos. Can you just like take photos for us? And
You
I'm
have
like,
great film photos.
I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do it. And I was like, this is crazy how like I just left that for that long. And I always wanted to do this thing. Like
And it's a
photos.
gig.
Yeah.
Look
It was
at
a
that.
gig.
It was a paid gig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
And
you're
I
a
was
photographer.
like, bro, it's weird, bro.
You freed up a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Now look what's coming at you.
And I didn't reach out to anyone. They just reached out to me. It's like, dude, I don't know.
But
There's something
you took the step,
to that.
You listened to what you were being sent. So you
Yeah.
took that day off of work. You said, I'm going to leave this place. And I'm going to open up a new possibility.
Yeah. It just makes me think like,
What's coming to you?
it just makes me think that like sometimes we're holding ourselves back a little bit.
Amen. Now,
You know?
Yo, amen.
And I think a big thing, I told you, I think I'm just I have a thing with planting myself in the past.
Yeah.
Look, when I talk about that nostalgia
Yes,
thing,
dude.
right? It's like, oh, but I love nostalgia. I think sometimes it's not good to be in the past all the time.
Stuck in the past.
You know?
Yeah, man.
We have to keep moving.
Yeah, dude. You got to let something go
important.
sometimes to get something new in life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And things come.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Something fills that space.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
It's cool.
You're right, man.
It's cool to see it just happen.
Yeah.
Like right away. I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But you have to take the step.
Yes.
Because you can stay in one spot and be nostalgic
Yeah.
and just kind of flow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your life could go
I mean, film photos is still nostalgia because it's like old cameras.
capturing, a part of a snapshot
But
of life. Yeah.
dude, I want to just quickly talk about that. We got to get into your stuff too.
Let's talk about it.
But the act of shooting film photos is such a like, I don't know why I was so calm, because when you think about it, it's like you don't know I mean, there's like there's a method to it, right? Like there's the science and the math of like light and everything, and you have to calculate certain things.
Yeah.
And you can be really good at that, and you know you're going to get a good shot. But it's like you have so many factors that are into like, is the camera going to work this shot? Do I have to fix something? Do I have to? Is it going to break randomly?
Yeah.
It's like this old little machine that I bought off like a random dude, and like I don't know 100% if it's working, but it's working,
Yeah.
But it's just like interesting, because it's a very nerve-wracking thing. You don't know how the picture looks. Like when you take a photo on your phone, you see it.
You see it right away, yeah.
You know what I mean? With this, it's like you have there's two lenses on the camera. Yeah. One lens is the viewfinder, but it's like, it's not where the lens is. So you're getting a different photo.
Yeah,
you know
it's
what I mean?
Gonna be crystal,
it's not exactly what you're seeing.
Yeah.
So it's interesting,
That is interesting.
I gotta show you the photos actually. They came out good.
Yeah, I'd love to see them. And it was a cool group, and like
the people are so nice. I
want to talk.
Energetically, just fun.
Yeah,
great times, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Shout out Thumb Bodies.
Shout out to Thumb Bodies
and Dead Wax Chess Club.
Dead Wax
Follow them on
Chess Club.
Instagram.
Shout out. Yeah, I want to meet those people.
Yeah, You gotta come next time.
Yeah.
They do every Saturday, every second Saturday.
Oh, really? At
Yeah,
Thumb
yeah.
Body?
Yeah. Dude, so many people show up to play chess.
That's what's cool.
I was like, dude, this is a full house.
yeah.
It was awesome.
I want to like relearn because I used to know how and I lost it. I haven't played.
Dude, there's this younger kid just like destroying everyone.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
He's like a grandmaster
Yeah.
already, and like he's like 12. Dude, sometimes kids are just like sick. They
Yeah, when
just
it's
pick
such,
up something
it's
so
such a good
young.
idea. It's that cafe is like a vinyl record cafe, right? And they have this chess thing, and they did this thing where it's the chess club is like it's like a contest. Whoever like at the end they have like a raffle and you win a vinyl.
Oh,
It's like such a good just idea.
there's a little
you know?
prize. Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro.
So they love records and they love chess.
Yeah.
I love when people love things.
Yeah, it's the best.
Like a little cool
It's the
group.
fucking best.
And it's like, well, let's all join
Yo,
up.
that's a
Love-
place
love
where
things
it's
together.
birthed off of like music.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like the story behind it all.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. I there's this. I think I saved it, but I think it's so stupid. Joe Rogan like shared just to say about Joe Rogan, dude. It sounds so dumb, but he shared a Anthony Bourdain like quote, and it's just like Anthony Bourdain was my favorite, just like person, like for a long time.
Yeah.
You know
Isn't
what I
that
mean?
Interesting how he really loved. It seemed like from afar, you look at that dude and he's like, have the steak rare today and have the
Yeah,
best beer.
that's literally what this is.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It's like eat at a local restaurant tonight. Get the cream sauce. Have a cold pint at 4:00 at a mostly empty bar. Go somewhere you've never been. Listen to someone you think may have nothing in common with you. Order the steak rare. Eat an oyster. Have a Negroni. Have two. Be open to a world where you may not understand or agree with the person next to you,
poetry.
but have a drink with them anyways. Eat slowly. Tip your server. Check in on your friends. Check in on yourself. Enjoy the ride. It's like, dude, he lived.
Enjoy the ride.
He fucking lived.
He absolutely did.
You know?
It's interesting though, like somebody like Anthony Bourdain, you look at that quote and you're like, he just knew how to live.
Yeah.
But then it's like you look at the end of his life and it's like, dude,
yeah.
he must have been on fire inside too.
Yeah.
So it just
But he also had like a lot of darkness.
that's
you
what
know?
I mean. That's what I
He
mean.
had a lot of darkness, bro.
We there's such a potential in a person that you could be this close to and not understand
Yeah.
what's going on in there.
Yeah.
But I also heard that he like reached out to close friends or people saying like, I need help, kind of struggling.
Yeah.
And he like those friends tried to get him help and it was too late. You know what I mean? Like
So sad.
it is sad, bro. But that is a great example, I think, of like that's poetry. That's like
Yeah.
that's like Kerouac. That's like that beatnik. Like just live life tonight.
Yeah,
Enjoy every
yeah.
ounce you possibly can. Soak it all up because it's gone one day. And yeah, bro. I mean, he's spot on. He's spot on. You got to enjoy the ride. You got to enjoy the ride. This life is way too short to be stuck in one place. To be fearful about the oysters. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you know, worrying about how your stomach's going to react to this thing or like whatever, you know. It's just too short. It's too vibrant of a place and there's so much potential to experience things and have moments that you are fully involved in, that you experience like a photo that are like snapshots of life that you get to walk away with and be like, I did this. This was amazing. This was the best night of my life. And we have the free will to turn our back on a night like that every day. Or to jump into those moments and like, yeah, it's just I don't know if it's a test or what, but like he clearly was like not the dude to miss those kinds of nights,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, it also like does like beg the question is like the way he left, you know.
It does.
It's like I don't know, man.
It does, man.
Maybe that's not the key to everything,
Maybe not.
you know.
Maybe that's someone. If you look at it a different angle,
Maybe it's part of it, you know.
But maybe you take that same thing and you're like, what are you running from? Why
Yeah.
are you drinking two Negronis with this raw steak and like trying to live on the edge? So much?
Trying to find like what are you trying to find?
Right,
You know,
right,
you're always
right.
searching for something.
Are you not comfortable in this room with nothing and me?
Yeah,
You know, where are you going?
dude, it's so interesting. I love it.
It's weird.
I really vibe with like that whole thing. That like the what is it when it's everything contradicting? It's like a very contradicting like way of life almost.
Yeah.
You know, it's like you're this in the moment thing, but it's like there is something there, you know, like deep down,
There is.
you know?
Oh, this is
But you're kind of hiding in a way.
okay. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like, you know? It's like it's genuine, but it's not. It's like it's yes and no.
I'm just writing down a couple questions.
We need some like ASMR pen noises, man.
Sorry, let me get it closer to the table.
We're back, baby, dude. Back, baby, dude.
That's
my new
call me
superhero
baby
name.
dude. Call me baby dude.
Baby, dude. That's a good nickname.
All right, these are my questions for you.
Oh no.
Are you okay?
Oh shit. Yes.
Are you struggling? Think about these before you answer. Are you okay? Are you struggling with anything? And is there anything that you need me for today? Or anything I could do better for you, can do for you? Is there anything I can do for you? Are you okay? Are you struggling with anything today?
Dude,
Is there anything I could do for you?
I think I'm okay now. I think I was going through maybe some. We were talking. I think there's some stuff going on that's just like, I don't know, just tough things to talk about, I guess.
Yeah.
But it almost feels like I know that there's an easy solution, but I didn't want to have an easy solution. I wanted to make it hard for myself.
Wow.
Or make it difficult.
Yeah, I do.
But real, like, let's just be real and like very honest and I don't know, reasonable. Not everything is like not everything holds so much significance, I guess.
Right. Right.
Like there can be a lot. Like I don't know. It's like it's funny that like the way of like the Anthony Bourdain like styles, like you live in the moment, you try different things, do all that. But it's like there's some times where I'm like the total opposite of that, where I'm like, no man, this is it. This is like it's always like still lingering in my head, and it's like why am I not able to let go of that? Am I just holding on to it? It's a good idea to me. Like it's a good feeling to think about it or imagine like being hopeful about it. But
like a fantasy kind?
Yeah, I think it's easier to just be like, oh, it's not real, right? It's a fantasy.
Right.
And you tried, but it didn't work. So how many, are you going to keep trying forever? When you know it's not going to happen?
Yeah.
It's like, sometimes you got to be like, I'm out.
Yeah.
It's over.
Right. Right.
Which is, I think, the more mature thing to do.
Yeah.
So that's what I do. That's what I did, and I feel good now.
You feel like
fine.
You've chosen to move forward.
Yeah.
And you feel better about it.
I feel more positive.
Good.
Thinking about the possibilities.
Closing a door and opening a new
Yeah.
one. Yeah, man. That's a difficult decision.
It is.
Yeah, but it's a good one for you.
And the thing is, it's like, that doesn't mean, who knows? Who knows what happens in the future, man?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That's fine too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't want to like close doors.
I love that. Yeah.
I'd rather just like keep walking through a hallway and like having like looking in and be like, oh, cool. And then walking to the next and be like, all right. Like, cool, man. I'm like, hi. And then you leave. You keep walking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
And maybe someone will go through the door.
Yeah.
One day.
Maybe.
Who knows?
Definitely.
That's life, bro.
That's
Who knows?
life.
I just want to, honestly, I just want to be happy. I'm so like done. I'm done with overthinking, man.
What makes you happy? What would make you happy?
Just being around people I love. Doing like creatively, I think the passions that I have, like the thing, like now I feel like being able to go to like the lab and sitting down, I'm alone or with my partner, and we're like producing, like making stuff. I'm figuring out like my vocal voice and everything. I'm doing like vocal exercises every day. And like, I'm just like experimenting with stuff, and that's like so fulfilling to me. Like, I feel like when I'm there, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I like belong, and I'm like actually trying to do something, and like, I'm having little breakthroughs, and I'm like, whoa, man, like I'm putting in work to get better at this thing, and creating something. And I'm seeing like over the weeks and months, it's like actually focusing on a certain project, how it's like growing, and I'm like, whoa, this is sounding like a thing, bro.
Yeah.
And like,
It's not in your head
and like I guess the guy just hit me up today, my friend, and he was like, dude, I think we got to start thinking about like a bigger picture, And I'm like, dude, Yes.
Let's go.
You know?
Yes, dude.
I don't know. It feels good.
Yeah.
You know? I think I have time to like, I don't know. I think that's why I asked you about like if you think that you have it,
Yeah.
you know, that question. Cause like sometimes it feels like you're getting there,
Yeah.
you know, you're like, oh my God, I'm figuring out like how to live and like be happy and everything,
Yeah.
you know, but I don't want to say I have the answers, you know what I mean? And say like, I'm there, man. You know, it just feels like I'm in a good spot.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's good to acknowledge that.
Totally.
You know?
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think so too. I think I was referring to like this idea of making it. And like in my mind,
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of, I guess the older I get, the more I'm realizing like I just compared so much, and I was always looking at or being told like, or watching someone talk about how you need this in order to feel fulfilled, and you got to get to this point, or you got to win this many awards, and then you got to have this many people like you, and this amount of whatever acceptance or clothing or cars or bank account numbers or whatever, you know, like this is what you need in order, because then you belong, and like then you've made it, then your life is worth it.
Yeah.
And so like I was always kind of chasing that, and it's a young man's game too, where it's like you're young and you have all this energy, and like you see you're being rewarded for your efforts, and you're getting better at a thing, and like everything just seems to accumulate and like grow.
Yeah.
And you start looking around and you're like, whoa, this is crazy. I remember the feeling of like my thing in on Amazon, and I was like, holy shit. Like this was 6 years ago. I was talking about, I want to be an actor. Now my shit's on Amazon.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, dude, this is gonna work.
Yeah.
This is gonna work. I'm just gonna keep doing this until like it gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And I keep getting this little accolade and that and this, and then the next thing's gonna be bigger and bigger. And then I'll have made it. And like, not that it was right or wrong. I think you pay a price for living that way. If you're like chasing, you kind of miss the whole journey, or you're never fulfilled because you're always looking forward. So I think I'm just more wary of like the idea of making it. Like if I just rest on what I have now and say I've made it, doesn't necessarily mean like I don't want to work on things, but the reason I want to work on things is different. It's no longer like to grow and get more and get better and make it.
Yeah.
If I made it already, like now it's like that Rick Rubin stuff where his beard's down to here, and he's talking about the art of music, and he's talking about what songs he likes, and he doesn't give a shit what you think. He's just going to create a thing because he loves the art of it. He's of service to humanity because he's tapped into himself, and he's being a vessel for what's being sent to him, and he's crafting it.
Yeah, there's no like ego almost.
No, it's like using his piece of marble. He's just shaving this song out of this marble and seeing what comes to him, and like it's for the music, it's for the people. It's not for an egotistical churning inside of him that needs to make it.
I love seeing too that like even just noticing that he like what he wears. It's just like regular.
Yeah, I don't think
regular person. Like he's not trying to show off
too much. About what's going on.
It's more like this isn't what it's important. It's like this. It's more about like just creating it.
Yeah, it's not about me.
Yeah,
it's not about me necessarily.
Yeah.
That I've noticed too, bro. The farther I get away from me-centric shit, me-centric thinking, like I go to therapy, I do all this stuff, I reflect, I'm journaling, and I had thought like, this is all great. Like becoming like aware of yourself is very important. I think you need to be checking in all the time so you know, good, bad, or otherwise, what's going on inside you. But like if I spend all day thinking about what I'm thinking about, like focused on me, bro, I'd go crazy.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I'm supposed to be focused on me all day.
Definitely not.
I feel best when I'm focused on other people. At my job, on my way to work, in the car. I enjoy life that way. I don't enjoy life this way. Does that make me bad? No, I'm not judging myself anymore. I don't think I'm wrong. This is just how I'm built.
Yeah.
It makes me feel better and more empathy. I feel more empathy when I'm looking outside of these eyes towards something instead of closing them and reflecting on how I'm feeling inside this house fire in my mind. You know, I have to put out these fires, sure, but like sometimes open the windows and look out is enough for me.
Do you think that maybe like conflicted with being like an actor?
You have to get to know yourself as an actor. So I don't think it's conflicted because I needed to do this. The reason I was like, I think the thing that I tripped and fell into with acting at 20 It was all ego at first, and it was my
Yeah.
friend saying, "You could do this. You can do this. You're just handsome enough. You're just you can you're just tall enough. You could do this." We didn't know what the fuck we were talking about, but like the ego thing I tripped into, and it wasn't all ego. It was like this thing of like in the early stages, you get a script, and then you read it, and then for some reason you black out in the middle of it. And I don't know what that blackout was, but the blackout was me connecting, paralleling the script to something inside of myself that happened on accident. It was a happy accident. And I'd black out in these moments in college reading these silly scripts. And, by the end of it, someone's like, whoa, that was real acting. What'd you do? And it's like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. The truth was I was paralleling something in my heart that I had buried for years. And I never got to say that to that person. I never got to express this kind of anger or resentment. I never got to tell someone else how I feel really, how Dave feels.
Yeah.
And I did it on accident. It was like you call it what you want. You could say talent. You could say talent is like I own it. Like it's like, oh yeah, I was blessed with this. I don't know if it was that or not. We all have this ability inside.
Good
us.
acting, maybe.
No, it's just I got lucky. I just paralleled the thing by a feel, and it just you black out and you just ride this wave and it's over, and you're like, what the fuck happened? And everyone's like. It's like, wow, I got to keep doing this acting thing. It feels good. Well, you know why it felt good? You finally got to express your emotions.
Yeah.
So when I learned, start journaling. This is a tool for actors. Use it. Then you start reflecting on like how you feel about life. If you don't know how you feel about life, if I don't know how I feel about you, like, I don't know, I'm missing a lot. I'm missing a lot of material to work on here. Like, if I don't know what a friendship means to me, if I don't know what the core of what does love mean to me, why is life important to me, like, I'm going to be a stale, generic, fake actor. I'm going to pretend to do an idea of love instead of knowing what love is to me or knowing what friendship is to me. I know how this tastes without having to taste it. I already have an idea of how this tastes in my mind. And I know I could write about that. I can connect to this game fuel, this G fuel for real.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. Like, it's silly, but it's your imagination.
Yeah.
And, I guess that I hope that answers. I don't know if that answers the question or not. But
it's weird because I was thinking about like with like the music thing too. Sometimes I think when I'm like there, I'm like, oh, it's weird how it's like I'm making it about me. Like it's my music. It's my.
Well, it has to come out.
It's gonna be my character. It's gonna be my.
It has to come out. It has to be birthed out of your one true, your look on life. Like no one else can do what you're gonna do unless you don't know yourself, and then you're gonna do this generic copycat. Which we all do at first. We all start there. Everyone's got the Drake thing at first, right?
Yeah.
Right? Like you start, or me.
No, I don't.
Yeah, no. At first, we're all copying. The first thing I did, I auditioned for an agent. The first thing I did was a word for word, inflection by inflection copy of Shia LaBeouf in Disturbia. Mile mark. I can still do it probably, bro.
Yeah.
I watched it a million times, and I remember being fucking like, whoa, this is like Young Love. This is so beautiful. And I brought it to this audition for this agent who you probably didn't know what he was looking at. And I was like, excited 23-year-old fucking young actor at this thing I paid to fucking go to. And he was like, all right, go see this show afterward, and like, we'll talk. And I was like, great. Oh my God, I'm going to have an agent. But like, that's what you do.
Yeah.
You're excited, and at first that's what you do. And then you realize, I think the older you get, or the longer you stay with it, you start kind of permeating through that shell, getting through those waters of like, getting through those walls, like tearing down these exterior, like copycat versions of yourself. You start piercing through them, and you're like, oh, if I start talking about that girl, like just her name does something to my blood. It makes my blood change. Like I want to sing out of that place. I want to write out of here, man, because I know someone's going to understand what I'm talking about. And it's scary to get on this ledge.
Yeah.
As an artist, it's scary to get on that ledge and just step out and say like, it's like your heart opens up and your soul starts to walk out, and you're like, please don't hurt me, world. Please don't kill me. Please don't. Let me just share this with you because I think it's going to help.
Yeah.
I think you need to hear this.
It feels weird to do that, dude.
Scary,
like,
man.
I feel like most of the stuff, like the way I've just like when I put myself alone in that room and like I'm writing, like I'm able to write like just like very naturally, and it feels great. But I'm like, damn, like this is really all like very personal, But like it doesn't bother me that it is.
Good.
Like I'm glad it is.
Do you think it would have 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago?
Maybe. Maybe
place.
if I was still like conscious about it, like self-conscious about all that. But I feel like I'm like, damn, like it's almost like you said, like you can say it now.
Yeah.
You can put it out there.
Yeah.
You know, and that feels good.
Yeah, man. It's better than the
Yeah.
alternative.
And you don't have to listen to it. You know?
And you don't have to listen to
I
it.
just like I can make it for whatever.
That's true.
For whoever.
That's true.
Make it for myself, I think.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I think
It's a good form
wanna
of
share that.
expression, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Yeah, if you share or not, it's still a beautiful thing for you to like for yourself
yeah.
explore and hash out and find art in this thing.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, man.
It really feels like I'm like talking to myself.
That's impressive, man.
Yeah. I'm hyped.
Yeah, bro, you should be.
Dude, let's get into I want to get into the SAG stuff, but let's talk about
SAG
your
stuff.
grandpa story.
Oh man, we have time?
Yeah,
I'll be
we do,
quick.
we do, we
I'll be
do.
quick.
I want to skip over that.
Yeah. No, it just some grandpa's in the hospital a couple days. He's stable now. Basically it's gonna be a slow landing for a while.
Sounds so sad.
Well, it's life, man, and it is sad. It is sad, bro, and it's making me think a lot about life and like how I feel about these things. How
Aging.
yeah.
It's crazy.
If I'm 33 now, I have,
Do you know what the life expectancy is for Americans?
how
77.
so think about that. So I'm already
Really
like,
think about that, bro.
I'm damn near half of my whole life almost lived. Like I'm getting close. I'm gonna get close to that soon.
It's fast.
If I'm lucky. If I'm lucky. So, and that goes back to saying life's short. It's not just a saying. It's like it is. It's very short. It's a blip. And
Really think about what 77 means.
I mean, that's what I'm saying.
It's like, bro, if you're 30, it's like,
Yeah.
wait, we're getting to 40?
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
getting to 50?
Yeah.
If you have kids, it's gonna be 2 times speed. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, man. Yeah, and that's right around the corner too, God willing.
Yeah,
like
bro.
very soon. So, when this happens, like, again, back to that guilt. Like, I answer that question of like spending time away from family and trying to find myself and all this stuff. And like, the truth is, like, you can't be with everyone all the time. So I go see my grandpa, and it's like, dude, like, you don't think it's gonna happen till it happens.
yeah.
And then you're looking at mortality right in front of you, and you're saying, oh, shit. It's so unnatural. Death is so unnatural. There is a part of you, and I have faith now, and it's still unnatural to me. I don't think it's ever meant to be like, hey, dude, it's fine, man. It's biology, man. Like, we just return to the dirt, and then we're just flowers, and like, it's all good, dude, To me, bro, it'll never be all good. To me, I'm always going to have some kind of ups.
Really?
100%, bro. If I was to tell you at 7, Mike, don't worry. Like, I'm going to die tomorrow. Don't worry, Mike. Like, I'm going to be fertilizer for the flowers tomorrow. And like, when you look at the flowers next spring, like, no, I'm there. I'm in the flowers. Because you would be fucking screaming your eyes out, bro. You'd be like, that's not okay. There's some part of you as a child, I know, that'd be like, fuck that. I love you, dog. I don't want no flowers.
Yeah.
I don't need to see flowers. I need to see my homie. Or whatever, your mom, your dad, whatever. Like, it's just unnatural.
Yeah.
It's almost as if we weren't meant to die. It's as if we were like meant to. Why is life important to me? If I boil it down, and I think everyone, it's love and connection. All this other shit is just shit. All this stuff, it goes away. If we're just in a field together.
Yeah, but I can die with my Oakleys.
You can die with those $210 Oakleys. You can take those with you. Those do go to the afterlife. No, but like, depending on what you believe.
No, I
That's the thing. What do you get? What do you leave with?
yeah.
Why would we have all these loving connections being made if they're meant to just dissipate? We know inside us, I think, bro. I know when I look at like love and the people I love and the connections I've got to share and love, true love, where it's not like this manipulating, I'll say I love you, so you say you love me back, and then therefore I feel better about myself. No. It's what can I do for you, love? It's I look at you and you matter to me, love. It's service, love. Like those things to me, like it with your mom and dad. It may not be perfect. It may not be. It never is. But like that is deeper to me than. That's the reason for all this. That's the reason for art. That's the reason for giving hope is love.
Yeah.
Doing something for another person is love. And
I feel like I don't fully like feel the same way because I
okay.
feel like I'm still stuck on this. I'm stuck on the, obviously if someone else dies, right? It's
Yeah.
like, but then I think about like that person's perspective, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, we're not going with someone. Like we die alone. Right.
Right.
So I can't help but think like, I don't know, like that's their whole journey, right? Like they're going somewhere else. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to be with them. You know what I mean? They die at different times. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to be with you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I don't know. I remember like, I think when I was at my great grandma's funeral and I saw her like when she was like conscious and like I'm able to still like communicate with her. And then like once she was like just gone, like just staring, I was like, oh, like she's gone. Like there's no way I can
How did that
say
feel?
bye. There's no bye-bye. Like
No, how did that feel though? Seeing grandma,
it,
no longer there.
I don't know. It felt like it wasn't a part of me anymore.
Wasn't a part of you.
You know?
Right.
Like that's her thing now. That's her journey that she has to take.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I can't do anything. You know what I mean? I can only
we can't.
I can only think about her, like remember her.
Right.
And that's it.
We can't do anything.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess something there kind of, I don't know if it like eases that pain for me, but it makes me feel more the responsibilities with like ourselves. Like like I can't be the one like mourning for her when she's gone or something.
You're talking about grief. You're talking about grief.
I'm thinking about just like, I don't know. I think about like when she's gone, it's like, is she looking down and be like, oh, I'm so sorry I left you guys. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't think I think that.
Yeah.
I think it's like, now she's like, it's just like a whole other thing. You know?
Yeah.
It feels like it's separate from me. You know?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
But the
You're
only thing
talking
I can
about
do is
after.
like celebrate, I guess, the life that she had.
I hear you.
Is here, you know?
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah. I just feel like it doesn't instill like fear. Like I don't feel like fear or like kind of like fear of it now.
Right. Okay.
Because of that.
I hear you. And maybe fear is the wrong word, but I think what I'm trying to say is a natural uncomfortability with that. With your life is here, and then the next minute I look on your face and you're gone, and something in me registers as like, this is weird.
Yeah.
This is not meant to
think
be
like
this way.
I almost feel like it's like, I think maybe that's you being like acknowledging like, oh, like, you know when someone is like passes away, like even in movies, let's say as an example, and then like they don't feel like the actual effect of it until like, oh, I used to see him every Saturday or something, or used to see him every, couple times a week. And then like they start feeling the grief of it, At first they're like, oh my God, like all this shit, like it didn't register, I don't know. I feel like maybe like I know that the grief will come. Like I can cry for a week straight after someone dies, or I'm going to be feeling it like forever.
For years, forever. Right.
And I think that's maybe why I disassociate with that in a way.
So it's like
that I'm like, I know it's going to be fucking awful because I'm never going to be able to see
put it in a box.
Like, to not be like, I don't know. Like I'd rather, I don't know.
But why do you think you do that?
I don't know. I feel like maybe, I think especially with my great grandma, I don't think she wants me to mourn. She doesn't want me to, because she always made me laugh and be happy.
Right.
So I feel like what she would want is for me to not be sad, and like, I don't know, move on and just like try to figure life out.
Right. She'd want you to do your best.
Try to be happy, Right
on.
And I think that makes me feel good. Good. Better than like crying forever,
Yeah.
Which is, what I mean? There's no right way to grieve or mourn.
Yeah, bro. I think the way
that's what she left me with, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I think the way I've dealt with grief always has been like, it comes out fast and hard, quick.
Yeah.
And I cry and I scream and whatever. And
that's my problem. Is like, I don't cry. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait.
Right. Yeah. I feel like for me, it's,
it comes out.
It comes out quick, fast and strong. And then I spent every ounce of grief that I could possibly feel, and then it comes in like a wave later, and I'll feel that, and another wave.
My thing is like, I got home after my grandma passed, and like a week later, I'm like, I walk into her, I'm like, Babcha, and I'm like, and I just start crying, and I'm like, oh well,
it got you at a different moment, but it has to come.
Yeah, it comes.
But I think what I'm referring to now, like the thing that I've realized, the thing that has been a blessing in the midst of a bad thing. There's a couple things, but one of them has been time with this dude that I didn't have before. Like where it's just me and him in a hospital bed.
Yeah.
And like pull up my chair, close the curtains, and we're just sitting together. And like he's at the tail end of it all, and I'm in the midst. And I'm just asking him questions, or I'm just listening to him talk about stories about his life, and I'll throw him a bone, and where I'm at in life now, which is, I don't have all the answers. I don't know what he sees. I'm not a father. I haven't experienced the amounts of loss he's felt. I haven't made the amount of mistakes he's made, but so now I get to like sit and spend hours with this guy as the things are hooked up to him, and like he's looking at it all, and he's saying to me, bro, like, if I'm 85, like I'm at the end of this thing, Dave, like, if he takes me now, he takes me now. I'm fine with it. And I used to say like, no, you got to fight. You got to fight. Because I think life is valuable, but I'm not in his shoes. Yeah. So there's like this new version of me that says like, through this lens I'm in now, just let him fucking have his opinion about it. Yeah. I don't need to express like, fight, Grant, fight, I can say, you're so fucking loved, Grant. No matter what happens today, tomorrow, the next day, like, you know that, right? Yeah. And he's like, oh, Dave, I'm so loved. I know that. And he has so many regrets. These are the things that he's told me that have like pierced me. And I'll share them with you. I'll share them with the pod. Money is the root of all evil, Dave. I've heard it before. And, he just always had his eye on like, if I get enough money, if I get enough things, if I make it, like life is good. Need to get that money. He says, Dave, it's a bottomless pit. It's the things we talk about, bro. We're on to something, because this man is 85 years old at the end of his life, looking back and saying, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't worry about the money. He's saying, I chased it. I've got none of it now. It doesn't matter. Yeah. I lost a lot because of it. Because of the money. I've lost a lot. He had a whole family he lost, right? He was a big, he loves women. He had a wife, he had the kids, he had the house. But he also lost a lot because of that. Because he was a good look. I showed you a picture of him, a good looking guy. And I think the chase of more money and more attention and more love from others, he said, Dave, a man's imagination is the death of him. I said, what the hell does that mean? What do you mean, Pop? Dude. What do you mean? Yeah. He goes, talking about a girl here, or this Brazilian girl I dated here in New York, or this, whatever. And, me and your grandma were split at the time, but like, you look at that girl and you're just thinking, no, it could be this and that and this. He said, but Dave, if you don't have it here, you don't have it. And I said, what the hell does that mean? What does that mean? If you don't have it here, you don't have it. He said, I had it here for your grandmother. That's the only time. He said, I dated this girl. Carmen was great. Yeah. Did, years here with this one. Never felt the same. Wow. He said, I had it here for one girl and I let it go. I made a mistake. So like, imagine the blessing of like, you meet the one you start a family, you have all this stuff. He would go on these trips to meet these other people, whatever, spend time, party with friends and whatever. And he'd be thinking in the back of his mind, he told me the whole time, I can't wait to get home. But you're already at you're already ruined it. Yeah. So he's running back home to see his kids and stuff, and like, wasn't an ideal dad, wasn't an ideal husband at all. Lost it. Yeah. He's still trying to run back to pick up the pieces, because that's where he found value in life. Yeah. The other stuff was all quick hits of dopamine and excitement, and new location, fun skiing trip in Europe, and this Swedish girl, and that buddy Nino, and all this stuff, and a new car, and I can't wait to drive that fucking car back to the house where I can't go back in. I can't go back in the house. Yeah. It's like, don't do it. If you don't have it here, you don't have it. You have nothing. It just it was very, I see it reflected in my family down the line. Yeah. And then it made me think this, bro, this is where I'm having trouble. And maybe you could help me. I'm seeing the sins of fathers. They don't go away. They're reflected in what happens in their life and what the shape of their family is. And then they trickle down to how they raise their kids and what their kids see and the type of family they grow up in. And then that trickles down because of how that kid saw their parent and their family. And that trickles down into what they like and what they do and their vices and what the shape of their family turns into. And that trickles down. So you never don't pay. Your decisions, whatever decision you make, you pay it. And not only do you pay it, what you make pays for it too. What comes from you pays for that.
Yeah.
Those are sins. Those are deep. They don't just get washed away. Like, we're forgiven of these sins if you choose to believe that or not. We're forgiven. But someone's got to pick up the slack as well here. And like, you're going to see all that stuff come out. And you either choose to do something about it or you choose to just pretend it's not there. So I'm looking at life and I'm saying, what have I seen? Where are my flaws? And hopefully, how do I like stop these from being pushed down another ring of the ladder? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You always pay.
Yeah.
So
this is very interesting because I think that I really had an early understanding of that when I was like in my teens, dude. With me and my brother and my cousin, we were like super close.
Yeah.
After like a lot of conflict, and we promised ourselves like we're gonna change. Like our family's history is like there's a lot of just darkness there.
Yeah,
There's a lot of a lot of stuff like stories we learned about. I'm still learning about stories today, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm still learning about everything, and it's not getting better.
No.
It's getting a lot worse.
No. Yeah.
You know, so
It seems to do that, doesn't it?
yeah.
It gets worse.
And that's what it is. It's like when he's in the hospital bed.
Yeah.
Things are coming out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like I think that's a great example of when you always hear it's always on your on your deathbed or your hospital bed, and you're able to now think about, you know, once you're faced with, oh, you might be dying. You're slowly dying, sir.
Yeah.
Now you're like, oh well, what was life?
Right.
That's gonna be such a weird time. When your time when it's like, oh, you're dying, sir.
Yeah.
When the doctor says, oh yeah, you're dying, your lungs are gonna shrivel up and die. And you're like, well, now what? Like, you have to think about everything.
Yeah.
And I guess the only thing you could do is like maybe talking to you, pass it down to, you know, someone else. And that's a way you can change, you know, the trajectory of all the sins and the negative things that were passed down through, you know, that thing. We're family. You know?
Something feels, Mike, sacred.
Yeah.
In like sharing time with this dude now.
Yeah.
At my age, and like I'm a man and he's at the end, and like not the direct.
Because that's
end,
probably a
close.
person that you see that's like an old man's man, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like you don't see the vulnerable emotional side of things.
No.
You know, you don't learn about the actual what's wrong, like what's the problem.
Yeah, man.
Like what can you teach me actually about life? You know?
That dude taught me how to like
about emotions, about being like a man or being
I know.
a person.
I mean, up until this point, that dude taught me how to like wipe my ass, bro. Like that's it. Like I remember that was the lesson, and like that's all I got so far. And how not to like treat people.
Yeah.
So it's but there's love there.
Yeah.
This is the weird thing, man. And this goes back to what you were saying in the beginning of like when you're family, can you really disconnect?
Yeah.
Can you really step away and say like, no, I'm going to go build my family with my friends and my whoever I choose to, and that's my family.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take a pause on this family here. I'm
just be like, look, right now, I can't, this isn't going to work.
100%.
Because this is destroying everyone, you know?
You can't stay in the burning house. You're going to die.
You can't.
But like for your own safety, you got to get up and you got to work on your own thing and you got to come back when you can.
Yeah.
But when you come back, now I'm coming back.
Yeah.
So now I'm seeing the wreckage of everything and I'm like, I can't do nothing. I know now I can't do anything. I can't save anybody. My heart is so big for these people now that I come from because I know I'm fucked up. I know I'm flawed. I know I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
I know they make mistakes too. I know where I come from. I know what I have to work on because of whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm saying the time I spend now with this, bro, Mike, I swear, bro, it felt like it was always meant to be this way. Like I was always meant to spend time with him in this weird way.
Wow.
And this is an important time and like, don't miss it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's going to share some things with you and like, just pay attention. And there's this like, I heard it put like the ministry of presence, like just being able to be with somebody in times of need is like one of the most rewarding things for both parties where you feel like that's why humans exist together. You know, one's on fire and one's there to just deoxygenize the flame, you know, just suck up some of it. You know what I mean? To like help it go down, help ground you back to earth and like just with a gaze or with an ear, like there's a share happening and that is divine. That is the reason humans are together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
This shit is, it can be bastardized or at its purest form, it can be like the most loving exchange you'll ever experience in life. And it's so cool. You never think you're going to be an adult sitting with your grandpa and like watching and having these exchanges, but they come, this is life. And then you're going to be on the other end of it one day and God willing, there's a grandkid there, you know, or someone who's sitting with you and saying like, tell me everything. Mm-hmm. Tell me about that story. Tell me how you feel now. What'd you learn? You know, makes you hopefully less afraid and more like loved.
Yeah.
More at peace, you know?
It does.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been tough, man. It's been tough to I'll stop here after this, I promise. It's just been tough to look at him and be like, just to see life happen on this man's face. And like now we're closing closer to the end of the chapter. And you're reminded like, yeah, this doesn't, you take for granted the guy growing the tomatoes in the backyard of the family party. You know, but that is your grandpa, flawed and all, like, and you do love him. So, yeah, it's just life keeps reminding me like it's precious. Yeah, I'll stop there.
I love it. It's good.
Yeah. Yep.
I really want to make just like a story about my grandma, like a movie or something.
Yeah, man, you
I really do.
Some tribute.
Because there's so much there, man.
They deserve it, man.
That was like, she was like that person to like all the things that, like the insecurities, all the problems I thought I had, all that I thought were like the world.
Yeah.
Like I would, and I remember, it's so funny. Like I remember the other day I was just remembering her randomly.
Yeah.
And I was started laughing to myself because I remember how much of an asshole I was. I'd be in my room, like on my computer, and she'd be like, she'd like knock on the door and like she'd peek in and be like, cuckoo. And I'm like, Grandma, go away, stop, like, leave me alone. And I'm like screaming at her to like leave me alone, and she's just like laughing at me. It's the best, bro.
Yeah, when you're a kid.
I remember, yeah. I remember all those times where I'm like, it's nice that I get to look back and me being like, get out of here, get out of my room. Like just freaking out, like weekly. She would do this to me weekly. It's so funny. She like looks at you like, a cuckoo. And I'm like, get out.
Get out of my room.
Yeah, it's all the time. And I'd have to sometimes she just used to stay there and keep doing it till I'd like go to her and be like, God gave her, like, drive her to her room. I'm like, go.
Get in your room.
And it's so funny how
Isn't
I'm
that
like,
funny?
you know, like, I don't know. And that's the same person that I, you know, was at the hospital bed, you know?
Same person, dude.
And still cracking jokes and like being funny. But I remember like during like when I was growing up more and I was like, oh, like, you know, she took care of me. Like I have more respect for her instead of being a child, like screaming, get out of my room. I don't know. Like I remember sometimes just being like going in there, it was just such a like heavenly place.
Yeah.
Like her room, like on her bed, sitting with her.
Safe.
And I go to her and I like mess up her hair. She's like, nah, like freaking out. Like, and we just like talk, you know, and she'd be like reading like the same book she's been reading since she was like a child. Wow. It's like some biblical book. I don't know what it was, but I don't know, man. There's something to like those relationships, you know, with like older people like that, you know?
Totally.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man.
I love it.
That leaves such an imprint on you.
Yeah, if you have a grandma or somewhere close, like just try to like connect a little more.
Totally.
You know, there's so much there, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's really like amazing, like that you're able to, you know, see your grandpa as, you know, being able to learn about life now through him.
Yeah, I feel very lucky about that.
Yeah, it's like it always weirded me out because I never had like I had grandmas that were, you know, alive, but I was never close. Like they were in Poland or like my early grandma was like, there was like some family stuff, problems. And like, it was always my great grandma. I never had a grandpa, like, you know, or great, like they were never alive. So when I was alive, so it was just like I never like connected like that, but it was always like my great grandma was I was like close. Close.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It always like weirded me out because all my friends and like everyone had like a grandma or like grandparents that were close or like always came over, took care of them. And like, I don't know. There's something there.
For sure.
It's weird.
You can't label it. It's just you got close to when you said heavenly place. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Her room.
Yeah.
Going in there.
Little rocking chair, like just watching Polish TV, the same show.
Yeah. How much would you pay to go back there?
Oh my goodness.
See that again,
any
man?
amount, dude.
That's where value lies.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I would go back to that. Damn. Wow.
Yeah.
I could like a picture. I just imagine.
You can see her there.
I can see it so easily.
Yeah. She's just in there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, bro.
You were a podcast.
You were here a podcast, and I guess
we didn't even get through it. No.
Can we do it quick?
Next time? I want to do an actual thing. I want to actually go through it. We have to do it next time.
I'm sorry. I mean,
we always go. We go. We're not even a filmmaking podcast. We're not.
No. We're just two buddies, you know, having deep conversations.
But I do want to talk about this next time.
All right, so next episode we're gonna get into the SAG strike, and we're gonna get into. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry, bro.
It's about my family and about life and where I'm at,
man.
We have too much to talk about.
No, this is what's real, man. This is what's really going on, and not that the SAG stuff isn't. We'll get to it.
And I never want to stop doing it.
You tone it, yeah. I just enjoy this stuff, man. I enjoy doing this with you, bro. So next week, guys, if you want to tune in for some strike
talking
talk.
about the strike
talk.
We're so late.
We're really late. That's okay, man.
But they're going to keep happening for a
We've
long
always been late.
I'm pretty sure they're not going to stop for a while. So
it's going to be what I've heard, a long strike.
Yes.
So we'll get into.
You know what's crazy though? How A24 is just like they said all these things. They were like, okay, we'll do it, and they're still working. They're still making stuff.
What?
Yeah.
I did not hear that.
Isn't that crazy?
Whoa.
They accepted all the terms. They just said, okay, we'll do it. Independent fucking house. Isn't that nuts?
Oh, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay. Good for you for having your own stance and, like, you don't have to follow the leader. But every one of them?
Yeah.
Like, some of these are...
I think most of them, yeah, they said, like, yeah, we'll do it. Everything. We'll accept whatever terms.
Oh, you're talking about what SAG offered them.
Like what SAG said, like all the terms, like the
these
conditions
are our terms
to
for
change.
our actors
A24 was like, yeah, we'll do it.
Oh no, that's cool.
That's fucking awesome.
That's cool, man.
You know what I mean?
That's really cool. I
but
think we're talking about.
It's just messed up how it's like, oh, then that means it's really just about like, why can't Disney do that?
It's a greed thing.
It's just greed.
Yes,
it's just greed.
Yes, man. We're talking about the most rich like entertainment. Yeah. We think we're watching programming. We think it's like you have all this choice. Disney owns.
I'm gonna be real, bro.
Of this stuff.
AI ain't gonna make better shit. It ain't making it.
No, brother.
It's not doing it.
It doesn't even scare me no more. It doesn't even scare me no more.
Nah.
You know why? There's gonna be stuff that gets made from a different lane.
This might be the next like apocalypse, dude.
I don't think so. I think it's gonna be the new market. There's gonna be a new market being formed. You can always go to this old market, this old studio thing where they're doing AI
we're early
stuff
invested.
and cool stuff. And we've been early invested, dude. Since 2020, dog. Since the world shut down. Since they said you can't sell bagels no more until we get these shots in your arm.
Well, we're gonna make flagels. We're just gonna switch it up a little.
Boom.
And do the same thing basically.
That's it.
Sorry.
And we don't get no jab.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. Red pill.
Yeah, bro.
Sorry. Just kidding.
Well, hey, dude.
It
was a beautiful episode.
Beautiful episode. Thank you for having me again.
Always.
Now another one. Throw the shades on.
close it out.
Hold on.
We hope your week is great. Come back next time to talk about the SAG. The SAG strikes. And we'll get into that one. Shout out to Anytown Actors Lab. We love you. We're also on the Patreon, patreon.com/YouAreHerePodcast. Throw us a bone. I'm grateful to be alive and living and thriving.
Yeah, boy.
My name is Mike, and I'm signing out.
My name is Dave. I love you all. Please be kind to yourself. Please be kind to one another. Love you guys.